Because too many brokers I see are stuck in the process doing the things that they shouldn't be doing, like servicing the clients after the clients have said yes. They should get themselves out of the process, like we spoke about last week when I was talking about the $1 billion broker loan process. You need to find a way where you can really create people to create leverage, because by getting somebody that works, say, 40 hours a week for you, what is the time that that's going to give back to you to be able to do other things? And the things that you most probably enjoy, I know for me, the things that I loved was building relationships with clients, building relationships with referral partners and so forth. And they're the things that are profitable, they're the things that help you to scale the business. They give you the income to allow you to scale and put more and more people on within your business. So today I want to talk about what are some of the ways that you can actually create that dream team in your business. And I've called it the dream team formula. So first, when we're looking at, creating a dream team within your business, you've got to look at, well, what is your time worth? Because if we look at what your time is worth, then you can say, well, what am I prepared to pay somebody for that's going to give me the leverage? Because we're in the business of leverage. As I mentioned, you don't see too many first home buyers paying cash for a property. They use leverage to be able to get them to do it. Same for you, if you want to do higher volumes within your business, you need to create leverage. How you create leverage is through creating a team and putting the right people in the right roles. And this is what we want to talk about today. How do we create that dream team? So let's have a look at your hourly rate, right? Let's have a look at what hourly rate you want to have within your business, right? So I've got an example here. If you wanted to earn, say, $500,000 a year and work 48 weeks a year and work 40 hours, your hourly rate is $260 an hour. And so if your hourly rate is $260 an hour, if you look at some of the roles that you're currently doing within your business, and again, I see a lot of brokers doing things like data entry, working through apply online, being involved in terms of running documents over town, doing things that, would they pay somebody that hourly rate? And again, what's your hourly rate? Because it's a good idea to have a look at that, because then you can work out, okay, what would I be prepared to pay someone to do that role? And if the answer isn't what your hourly rate is and you're doing it, I would consider if you're the right person to be actually doing that. So really know your worth and don't rip yourself off, because in order for you to leverage yourself, you've got to really focus on those activities that are going to generate that sort of revenue. And those things are going to be meeting with clients, meeting with referral partners, talking to existing customers, seeing how you can add value, etc. So then the next thing to look at is, all right, what are you actually doing in your role? And what are the things that, are those high pay activities that you love to do? What are the things that you personally love doing within your business? So for me, as I mentioned, I love building relationships with clients, meeting with them, coming up with the strategy and coming up with the solution. I loved meeting with referral partners and chatting to them, helping them with their businesses and their strategy. I loved the overall working on the business and creating the bigger vision. So that's what I loved, and that was definitely roles that I got paid that higher hourly rate to actually do within my business. What were the things that were still high value, still high value to the business that I was a bit neutral about? It was actually, running the scenarios, chasing up the BDMs, coming up with the final solution. Serviceability. Again, I was good at doing serviceability. Was it the best use of my time to be actually doing that? And then in terms of what are the other things that are, neutral to high return. So for me, in my mortgage business, it was around the marketing side of things. It wasn't something that I was interested, still important, but wasn't something that I was passionate about. Working on systems and processes. Yes, still high value, but not something that I was passionate about. So you've got to have a look at these roles. And if you want to copy this document, you're more than welcome. Just type Dream Team in the chat and I'll get it to you, because you've got to break down what are the roles that you love, what are the roles that you find so-so, what are the roles that you're neutral about, and what are the things that you just don't like to do. And a great way to do this is to actually go ahead and track where your time is going for a 2-week period. Just set an alarm on your phone for every half an hour and record where you're actually spending your time, because this will allow you to clearly see where you're currently spending your time. Kind of like before you actually do a budget, you need to know where you're actually spending your money so you can can budget your money more effectively. So same with your time. Your time is your biggest asset within your business, and so you need to know where it's going. And if you're going to look on bringing a team on place, you've got to know, well, what are the things that I'm currently doing that I want to outsource and give to a potential team member? And then you can have a look at the different roles in your business. So for me, when I was in business, there was a couple of key roles within the mortgage process, right? So I had my approvals solutions partners, and they would take the loan from scenario through to approval. And then I'd have a settlements officer who would take it from post-approval through to settlements. They could also handle the post-settlement tasks like variations, pricing, annual reviews, that sort of thing. So have a look in terms of who you could delegate these tasks to, and go back to the $1 billion broker process that I looked at last week, because you want to get those steps of that process right so you get a really good handover process going. So once you've done that, then that'll allow you to say, okay, who can I delegate these tasks to? Again, if you're inundated with leads and you're at your capacity and you're getting decision fatigue, you may need a new broker within your business. If you're at the point where you feel like you're happy, you can take more clients, but you just want to get rid of the process, then again, you might bring a loan processor or a credit analyst in. Are you finding your time's being taken through, last minute, pants on fire, I've got to get this settlement done? Then again, you may need a settlement officer. Are you finding your loan processors aren't getting through as many deals as you'd like because they're dealing with back-end settlement issues? So have a look at, what are some of the things that you can delegate within your team. So some of our team members, whether they're starting out and they can't afford a salary of a full-time employee, they may start with a VA or admin support. A lot of the top elite brokers that I work with will have a VA to do the data entry, the document collection, the preparation prior to the appointment, and then they will also help with the loan follow-up, as well as some of those post-settlement pricing and variations. So have a look in terms of the particular roles and see within your business who would be best to take those on. So once you've understood the roles that you want these people to play, then you're ready to go to market and start recruiting for that next team member that's going to help you get a better return on your time and your investment. within the business. So a lot of people ask me, where to look in terms of, because the job market has been the tightest that it's been over the last 15 years at the moment, and recruiting staff isn't as simple as putting a job ad in and actually getting someone back. We have to be a little bit more strategic in the way that we recruit now and sort of look at the different avenues that we can actually recruit. So we've got the role. We also need to be clear on what the vision for our business is and what our values are, because a values match within the business is really, really important. We talk about having someone that's going to fit the right culture for your team, and this is so important. Quite often when we see businesses fail, the reason they fail is because that person doesn't fit the vision and the values of their business in terms of where they want it to go. In the program, we do some exercises where you can get really clear on those things. What is your vision? What is your values? And how you can recruit accordingly to those, and how you can write the job ad that's going to attract the right people. So once you've got the clear roles, you've got clear on your vision, you've got clear on the values, then it's to say, okay, well, where am I actually going to look? Where am I going to find the right people? And there's a number of areas that you can look to find, right? So you can go the traditional methods, which is you can advertise on something like Seek. People advertise on LinkedIn, they advertise on Facebook now. There's a number of different areas where people can pay for ads to find the appropriate workers. As I say, demand is high at the moment, and you potentially have to pay a little bit more than what you had to pay even 2 years ago. The market is tight for people, so again, may not be your best option. So some other areas you can potentially look at is, who do you know within your network? Who do you know within your personal contacts? Because quite often the best staff are people that are going to be referred to from either your personal contacts, so the law of 200, those 200 people that you could invite to your wedding, or to clients. And I know for myself, we had a couple of, especially of our property investment clients that came on as credit analysts, moved up to be brokers. They're still broking today. Many of them have gone out and graduated into their own business and are very, very successful. So have a look at your clients. Obviously, LinkedIn is a great way, and direct messaging people on LinkedIn, especially people that you know from previous sort of work histories, reaching out and seeing if they're interested. You can also use something like Sales Navigator if you want to do more targeted searches for the appropriate staff. Facebook, different community groups, different areas, and for example, property investment forums and groups within that if you want someone that's going to be focused on property. And then use your networks within banking, right? So do the BDMs know anyone? They obviously get around and visit many, many businesses, so they may know some people. Is there anyone working for the local banks within your area that you feel may be a good fit for your business? The other place is through other forms of networking, like Chamber of Commerce's or your local community groups and clubs, and networking and putting it out there. So basically every conversation that you're having, you're really defining clearly the type of person, and remember, you want to hire for attitude and train for skills. Because in this market, to find someone with all the skills you need is getting harder. So having that really good induction program, and it's something that we teach within the program, is how to hire, how to train, and how to induct your team members is really, really important. So in summary, I think Once you know the value that you offer and that in your dream business, you realize what your hourly rate is. Once you then define what tasks you want to offload, then you can create the roles and clearly define the roles and the values and the culture and the vision that those people need to fit into. Once you've got that, then we're onto okay, well, where am I going to look? And there's a number of different areas that I mentioned, from the paid things like LinkedIn, Facebook, Seek, to using your networks and community groups. Hope this has been helpful. As I said, if you want a copy of this guide, just type Dream Team into the chat and I'll be sure that you get a copy. Until next time, I'm Ross from the $1 Billion Broker, and I'll talk to you soon.